lady who pushed her way forward into the concert venue into the first row, and she started messing with another lady and told us that we are all gonna die tonight.
Do you know why she was saying that? I mean, was this after the shots were fired, or?
It was about 45 minutes before the shots were actually fired, but then she was escorted out by security.
Hey fam, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another reaction. This is Segovia coming to you from the new and improved man cave. What you guys think? You like it? It's nice, chill, quiet. Got a little plant on the corner. It's beautiful, y'all. I love it. But anyways, y'all, we're back another reaction. Happy Friday, y'all. What are you guys sipping on today? Let me know down below. What y'all sipping on? What do you guys got planned for the weekend? Let me know down below. I don't got much planned, just some grown man plans, right? Going to the store, maybe get some plants for the backyard. Stuff like that, right? Check it out. You know what I'm saying? We got a nice melted ice pop bubbly over here that I found in Arizona. I had to get an 8-pack, but hey, I ain't gonna talk you guys ear off. We'll save it for the end of the video for the true K-fam. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into the reaction.
He basically interrupts and says, "It's going to cool for us though, isn't it?" And the scientist is like, "Oh, that's not what the evidence shows." And he kind of laughs. He goes, "I'm not so sure you know that."
It'll start getting cooler. You just watch.
I wish science agreed with you.
Well, I don't think science knows, actually.
He was saying
when
something.
he was the president?
Yes, this was just a few years ago. This is probably his last year of his term.
Well, that's what Randall Carlson has said. And what Randall Carlson said that really freaked me out, he goes, global warming's not scary. He goes, global cooling. That's what's really scary.
Before seeing this video, I was a lot more skeptical as to whether or not there was a sun simulator in the sky. But now I saw multiple of these sunflower videos in my For You page where apparently the sunflowers are no longer doing heliotropism, which is when they follow the sun throughout the day and face the sun and move. But they're not doing that anymore, they're just looking the other way. And if you think I'm making this up, I'm not. This is actually something that they do. They move, the plant actually moves to go face the sun, but they don't want to do that anymore. Their heads turn back and forth to track the sun during the day. Ever since April 8th, I've been looking at the sky more often, and I seriously think something looks off. The sun, it just doesn't seem right to me. The lighting, it seems more whitish. When I go outside, I feel like I'm not even outside anymore, that I'm just in a different room, which has an LED light over us, because it's more of a white light. And I don't know. Maybe I'm just tripping out, but something seems different.
The game is...
Now, all my farmers out there, I know I got a few of y'all watch these videos. I read some comments saying sunflowers, when they're mature, they quit following the sun. I don't know. Let me know down below. Because if they're starting to turn their back on the sun, maybe we need to start turning our back on the sun.
Bullshit, man. The game is fucking bullshit. If you want to rap or sing or whatever, don't become a part of the game. You know what? Listen to a song I called The Industry. And that pretty much explains, you know what I'm saying, what it's about. The industry. Man, it's not the same. The industry, it's not a fucking game. The industry, real niggas is dying to get in the industry just to find they don't fit in. The industry ain't what it used to be. The industry's trying to control the way you MC. They want you to dress like this and talk like that. But I'm going to dress like this and talk with the gap. The industry. Got y'all word meaning nothing. The industry. Fuck what you heard because he's bluffing. The industry. Money, just hate. But I dare you to try to take a fucking thing off my plate. The industry like, wait. But in the streets, we like, get him.
And Justin Bieber goes there as a young boy and stays with him on all this stuff. Two kind of weird stories. Says, you know, well, he says, do you think those types of behaviors are natural or taught? He says, Diddy didn't do that on his own. He was taught that behavior. And I said, okay, taught that behavior. By who? This is what Suge Knight claimed.
Okay.
Suge Knight claimed by men like Clive Davis. I don't know.
Heard
Clive
his name
Davis.
a lot.
I've never spoken to Clive Davis. I've never done an interview with him. But I've read a lot of weird things about Clive Davis over the years. Interviews, he said some very weird things. Strange answers that he's given. But it made me think. He's right. You hear stories about many times when a person goes to jail, they become even a better criminal because it's a university to know how to do additional type of crime, right? Did you ever have any friends or peers or
question? Sure. I mean, how is it that the president was still tired 12 days after returning from Europe, had a cold, but then went to the Waffle House, and then following day staged such a huge comeback that he gave those North Carolina remarks. Like, help us understand.
Have you had a cold before?
Of course I've had a
Okay,
cold before.
so
but
you
we-
probably come on, Jackie. Let's be very. Let's be.
12 days after he returned, though.
But
and
you
he
also
blamed jet lag yesterday.
hold on a second. There's a cold. There's a jet lag. You combine that. He continues to work on for the American people, day in and day out, around the clock. Things happen. Things happen. And the cold thing is something that you all pointed out during his debate. We didn't even point that out. You all pointed out when you heard his voice being hoarse, because he knew he had to push through. He knew he has to power through. That's what presidents do. If you care about this country and you don't care about yourself, you care about the American people, you care about delivering for this country, you care about how you're going to continue to work every day in and day out, you push through. We've all do that.
Because all these Democrats
We've
who are
all
saying
do
they want
that.
to see him,
But
it speaks to that.
But we didn't share that information ahead of time. You all asked what was going on, and then we shared that information. We didn't use that before the debate. You all asked, hey, is he under the weather? And we confirmed that he was under the weather. He pushed through. That's what this president does. He is going to continue to fight for the American people. So he pushed through it. I think anybody who does that, not just the president, should be commended. And he also said, you heard him say this on Friday, when you get knocked down, you get back up. That's what you saw.
Is there any discussion that if the president were to suspend his campaign, that he would also resign? Are there any discussions about the vice president assuming his duties?
Absolutely not.
The fact is that baby boomers could go to college and get a summer job and pay for their college, okay? And then they didn't go to college, they could go to high school and then go wait online and get a job where you could support a wife and kids off of that job. And that was the way of the world previously, that my grandfather worked in factories his whole life and his wife didn't work. And that was that. He owned a house, he sent kids to college, he had 2 cars, like they had a nice life. And these kids today come out with 6 figures of debt and are getting a job at, Starbucks, and houses are going for like 600 grand for, you know what I mean, for that same humble house that my grandfather had. The baby boomers all got rich by the value of their house just going up.
Couldn't agree more.
And it seems like not a one of them ever went, hey, but aren't we kind of like pulling up the ladder on the helicopter here? Like, if my house is like skyrocketing in value, that's nice for me. I got a HELOC and I got like some money coming in now that I can invest in the market that's going up and make this income coming in. But what about the next generation? How are they ever going to buy a house?
They don't care.
And like, no one seemed to care about that.
They don't care. And
All right, guys, serious question here. All my OG CaveFam members, right? You guys remember I used to do a lot of inflation TikToks, a lot of car payment TikToks. Now, I'm not saying we're gonna get back into those, but I think I'm gonna start, because this TikTok community is very, very specific, right? You start doing little things. We're getting to the Throwback Thursday at the end of the video, but I don't even want to do other videos because you just lose subscribers if you try to do what you want, right? You start losing views. So I'm going to start adding some inflation TikToks in the mix of these videos. It's videos like the previous one. So let me know down below if you guys would like that, right? Because there's a lot of things, y'all, going on in this world that aren't a conspiracy. If you notice, a lot of my videos aren't conspiracy videos. There are a lot of real life things that are going on, a lot of real life exposing going on, right? So that's how I like to do it. I'm not really into all the crazy conspiracy things, if you guys can tell. I'm a Joey Diaz fan, y'all. I'm from the Church of What's Happening Now. Who gives a fuck who went to the moon and who didn't, right? Who gives a fuck? What's that got to do with the price of eggs? You know what I'm saying? Probably gonna lose some subscribers for that.
One of the crazy things about America is that there is kind of this idea that we are the United States of America and have been this whole time, whereas there's really been like several revolutions in the country. George W. Bush years and the war on terrorism was a revolution of sorts in the country.
That's for sure.
I grew up a kid in the 90s. We are not the same country as we were in the 1990s. The pre-war on terror, before the Patriot Act and the Department of Homeland
9/11.
Security and the TSA. I mean, the experience at an airport is a different thing. We are a different country than we were before that. I think COVID has changed everything. In the wake of World War II, the creation of the CIA. This was a revolution in the country where it changed who's running the government. And we think of the position of President of the United States of America being the same position that Woodrow Wilson occupied or something like that. And it's not. It's a totally different position. Donald Trump did not have the same job FDR had. They were very, very different, you know.
Close.
And so there is, when people say, oh, you love America, it's like, yes, I love this country. I don't like the direction the government's going in. I don't care for these new powers.
I know it's people doing poorly in this country.
Yeah.
And they shot Trayvon Martin dead for looking kind of like I look.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King and Malcolm X ended up dead for telling the truth. So as a comedian, I don't think it won't happen to me. I think they've thrown me in jail 36 times in 36 months, and I think you've never seen me in a court of law. That means they're effing with me. And today, they crossed the line. Because now they took my babies.
All right, man. Well, Cat, we wish you luck, man.
And luck is unnecessary. Thank you.
Have a good night.
It's like a mantra. You repeat a chorus over and over and over. So when a kid hears a song, and he starts singing that chorus over and over and over, then you start to hear it in the alpha state, into the subconscious mind. So you start to become the song or become what you're saying.
I don't think you understand how crazy this is. Yes, we're gonna talk about it. Sure, it was funny for a second. This is just getting weird now. She's one of the most popular people in the world right now for saying 2 words, and if you have no idea what I'm talking about, just ask in the comments. But before she made social media and before she made all of her merch and everything, she laid low for a little bit, and then she came out with a team of lawyers and managers. And just a few days ago, she released her Instagram, which has over 1 million followers and over 100 million views. And all of her posts are of someone recording her, of her going to concerts, selling merch, being interviewed, and one of the only questions she answered was if she was an industry plant.
I'm not an industry plant. It was not planned. Every bit of it was just there right in the moment because I had to ask what that meant. So that's false.
I mean, no one was thinking that at first, but now you have never seen a video be pushed out like that in your whole entire life.
I was all
This
over.
is probably one of the quickest rises to fame that we have ever seen. Now she is reportedly going to LA/New York to take on her influencer lifestyle and make reality TV shows and join podcasts and the whole 9 yards. Keep in mind, this is all over 2 words.
Get that. Texas has just been getting beat. Has it always been like this in Texas? Just moved here last year. No, it's nothing like this where I'm at. I'm in the desert, thorns everywhere, barely get rain, but seems like every week there's something new happening in Texas. Beautiful. Gone. Their nature don't play. Well, not gone, just needs to be rebuilt.
Yeah, so there was a lady who pushed her way forward into the concert venue into the first row, and she started messing with another lady and told us that we are all gonna die tonight.
Do you know why she was saying that? I mean, was this after the shots were fired, or?
It was about 45 minutes before the shots were actually fired, but then she was escorted out by security.
How does that make you feel? I mean,
it makes me feel uncomfortable, especially coming here for my 21st birthday and not knowing if I'm safe, not even knowing if I'm safe going home tomorrow on an airplane. So,
and how did you get out of the venue after this all happened?
We actually weren't there whenever the shooting had occurred. We had already left about maybe 10, 15 minutes before that, but we just barely made it back into our room whenever it started.
And I mean, were you thinking, oh my gosh, this woman told us that before we left?
Yeah, I thought it had a positive correlation to it. Like, obviously she was telling us that, either to tell us to warn us or to tell us that we were all gonna die, and she was part of it. So
okay, we're gonna ask you a question here. Go ahead.
So I have a question. Let's nail this down so that it's a matter of record. I want to know the description of this woman. We hear that this woman who made her way to the front of the stage and then told a lot of people you're all going to die tonight. I want to know from this witness here.
What? You remember that Vegas shooting? Swept under the rug, all those people got killed. And guess what casino they're closing down now? The Mirage.
What concerns do you have about Vice President Harris's ability to beat Donald Trump if she were at the top of the ticket?
Look, I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president, but I think she was not qualified to be president. So let's start there. And now I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. President Putin. He's going to beat President Putin. President Zelensky. I'm so focused on beating Putin, we got to worry about it. Anyway, Mr. President.
I'm better.
You are a hell of a lot better.
Whenever
It's cringy. I'm starting to feel bad for the old man. I'm starting to feel my heart coming into play. I'm starting to feel bad for the old man. Now here we go. Here's a little clip brought to me from somebody in the community, in the CaveFam community. He follows me on Instagram. Hey, you guys got clips? What would you guys rather have? Because it's 2024 and it seems like none of the community here has Instagram. Would you guys want my email? Is there some type of page I can make where you guys can send me links? Because sometimes it gets hard to find good videos. So let me know down below what I could create, or create an email that you guys can send me links to. I'll do that and put it in the description. So let me know down below, a good spot to find it.
Whenever you crave a hamburger, be sure to watch this video. The production process might even make you lose your appetite. First, workers put purchased frozen ground meat into a grinder. They also add a certain proportion of fat to make the ground meat finer, making it taste like fresh meat chunk. Then, they pour pre-prepared ingredients and the ground meat into a mixer, along with red high-tech sauce and breadcrumbs, and mix them together evenly. The prepared meat filling is then sent to the next workshop, where it's poured into a massive container and pressed into evenly sized patties. They are then sent through a conveyor belt into a high-temperature steaming box to dry the moisture. At this point, you'll notice that the originally soft patties instantly become firm, making them much more appetizing. Next, the workers will sear them over a fierce fire to bring out a richer charred flavor. Finally, they are packaged with vegetable salad, sauce, and slices of ham on a bun, completing your favorite high-tech burger. After watching this video, would you still dare to eat a hamburger?
I wouldn't even eat those burgers, right? I'm sure the beef we get from the store, some 93.7 or something, is not the best either, right? Nowadays. Can't win though, y'all. Even the fruits and vegetables we eat got poison all over them, right? Best bet, get you a damn cow in your front yard. Get you a damn garden in your backyard. That's about the best you can do. Or go get you a gun and go hunt for some elk. That's the best you can do, y'all.
The mushroom the first time was when I loved the devil. I love the devil. So when I ate it, I was in Chicago and I saw the devil. The devil said, why you go around telling folks you love me? I said, because they told me that God made everything. And that everything God made is good. The devil said, you tell that to the Christians that always run away from me. I'm God's best friend. I know that. Satan said, why aren't you afraid of me? I said, well, God, if God is my savior, why should I be afraid of you?
Lisa Left Eye Lopez was working on a documentary, and she actually did public speaking, talking about how she cured eczema and bladder infections from a cleanse with Dr. Sebi. This is Dr. Sebi, and he actually died in police custody in Honduras. Nipsey Hussle was working on a documentary about Dr. Sebi before his death. He claimed that he could cure these diseases, and he won his court case.
So you playing with some pharmaceutical money, you know? And what's crazy, I'm working on doing a documentary on the trial in 1985 when Dr. Sebi went to trial against New York, right? Because he put in the newspaper he cured AIDS. Yeah. Did he beat the case, and he went to federal court the next day and beat that case on record. And nobody talk about it.
So I'm here today to talk to you guys a little bit about my personal experiences with Dr. Sebi and the herbs that I...
So someone posed a really good question. A113. Let's talk about it. So A113 shows up in a lot of cartoons, a lot of films, all that kind of stuff. Check this out. Now, the official narrative is that it's a room at the California Institute of Arts where a lot of animators took a class. That's the official story. I find it really interesting because symbolism is very important in the entertainment industry. What do you guys think? Do you believe the official narrative, or do you think there's something more to it?
Do you guys have any numbers, times on the clock that you see consistently? You all know what I've been seeing since, I'd say since, you guys know my mental illness, since I've been going through all that, I do it pretty much damn near daily, right? Multiple times a week. I look at the clock, 11:34. It used to really bother me and scare me back in the day. Now it doesn't no more, but you guys know what 11:34? Remember on the calculator when you used to type in 11:34 and turn it over? Let me know down below what 11:34 is. I see it everywhere.
That's a weird one, so bear with me. But this picture of Sofia Vergara, seemingly normal, right? I think she's on America's Got Talent as a judge or whatever she does. On March 16th, I screenshot this from my phone. You can look at it on her Instagram.
Look at all those people in the background.
But what is that? That's not motion blur. I'm an editor. That's not motion blur. She looks a little weird, but whatever. We can look it over. But wait, it gets weirder. What is wrong with them? All these people right here. What is happening? Her. Why doesn't she have an eye? And if this is AI, why? Why would it be?
Well, that last clip's probably going to be a copyright. If it is, hey, I highly recommend go watch The Greys on Netflix. I just saw a clip of it on here, and it's probably going to get copyrighted because Netflix copyrights everything. But anyways, y'all, I hope you guys enjoy the reaction. Throwback Thursdays is done. I didn't even want to read the comments. I read one comment and I was okay, we're done with it. Thought I'd try it. You guys are so damn picky, y'all. Yeah, I know it's my channel and do what you want with it, right? But at the end of the day, it's for you guys. It's what the people like. It's what the CaveFam likes, what they rock with, what they like, and what works, right? And that didn't work. Tried it, didn't work. But like I said, I am going to be adding in a little inflation, gas prices, grocery stuff. I love it, y'all. I love getting into that. I really want to start getting into it again and doing, you know, multiple uploads of that. So we'll be getting into it. But anyways, y'all, I thank you guys. Thank you guys for all the congratulations for the big news, the baby on the way, right? January of 2025. So a little nervous. Got to start working on my patience, start getting my mind sharp again, how it used to be, running, working out, doing things like that, eating clean. So I'm working on it. But anyways, y'all, this is Segovia signing out of the new and improved man cave. I love it. You know what I love the most? This little plant over here. I love plants. So I'm out of here, y'all. I'm gonna see you guys on Sunday. Everyone have a safe, great weekend. Don't drink and drive. Let me know down below what y'all sipping on, y'all. I love to see it. Segovia. See you guys later.